Hi, and welcome to Drawing with Stephanie. We've had a couple questions lately about line weight and using a mouse with Sai. Drawing in Sai with a mouse is really challenging. It can be done, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can do it. If you're going to want to do some really detailed illustrations, I highly recommend drawing it on a piece of paper first and then scanning it in and then just inking the drawing with Sai if you have access to a scanner. If you don't have a graphics tablet at all and you can't get a hold of a scanner, there are a couple things you can do. Over here you have your regular tools, and the vector brush or the vector pen is what you want to use. Doesn't show up in here until you have the correct layer. So if you go over to the layer properties in the main menu here, you'll see just the normal layer, and next to it there's one with a little icon of a pen, and that is the vector option. So you click on that, and I'm using the mouse right now, and you see here it changes the tools. You can do freehand with the pen, and I don't think the stabilizer really helps much when you're using the mouse. You're still going to end up with wibbles because that's really for tablets. And you're not going to get any line weight when you do the freehand pen, but what you can do is use this little tool here called pressure. Now, when you click on edit or pressure, the line you drew, which is actually a path, not a line like it would be in a raster layer like normal, you get these little points. And if you grab one of the points and you left click on it, and then you move the mouse up or down, the line will get thick or it will get thin. And that is one way you can get some line weight. You can thin your line down to a sharp point and then take all the little points after it and try to smooth it out so you have a nice smooth progression or tapering. And if you use the edit button, you can move the points. So if you've got wibbles here, you can move it around and get the lines back where you need them to be so it's a little bit more smooth, and you can also move them along the path. That's just one way you can do it. Let's get rid of that. If you're not sketching and you're ready to ink, you can use the curve tool, and this will give you a much smoother line. And to stop drawing, you can hit the escape key. Again, you can use the pressure to make some of the lines thicker or thinner, and you can choose how thick they are using line weight or the weight tool, and you can make them bigger, and then you just click on the line and it makes it super thick, and then you can come back in with the pressure and make it thinner if it's too fat. The pressure will only go so far when you're making it thicker or thinner. It only goes up to 200%, so if you need the line to be thicker, just use the line weight setting here to make it bigger or smaller. You can also do straight lines. I use this tool a lot when I'm having to do architecture. And again, you can still make it thick or thin. And you can also use the edit to add new points, like if you didn't have enough points in an area and you wanted to add some more shape. A little pin. If you want it to be nice and sharp, you kind of have to have like 2 points at the same point. Ta-da! Alrighty, so this is a quick little information on how to do line weight in Sai with a mouse. I don't draw with a mouse. I find it too difficult. It's too time consuming. But it can be done. I think you can still get the fuzziness. Yeah, so you can still play around with some of the line textures that way. I'd suggest using a small brush size or nib size. And as you can see, it's pretty wibbly, but if you're just sketching, that's okay. It gets the idea out there. And if you zoom in, that probably helps a little bit too. And I'm using a canvas size of 8.5 by 11 inches with 300 pixels per inch. But I hope that's helped and given some hope out there to those of you who don't have a graphics tablet. But I highly, highly recommend getting a graphics tablet. They're very inexpensive nowadays. You can get a Wacom Bamboo or the new Intuos line, which is actually the Bamboo, just renamed. They're very inexpensive. They're like around 50 bucks or so. And even if you don't go for the professional quality ones, it's still way better than using a mouse. But I hope this has helped. If you guys have more questions on any of Sai's tools, please feel free to email me at cybercatgraphics@yahoo.com, or you can leave me a question here on YouTube. Have a great day. Bye-bye.